RedFOX Labs continues to build its ecosystem and it's approaching the launch of its very own play-to-earn version of KOGs. That seems to be perfect timing as the play-to-earn space is really getting some attention now. And let's hear what Benny has to say. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, very well, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, doing great, thanks. And RedFOX Labs has so much coming up. The team's expanding, you're building away at each venture, and from what it looks like, it's all going to come out at one time. So it's pretty exciting. It's brewing. I can feel it in my loins. You have a big couple of weeks ahead. So what are the updates for the short term?
Yeah, it's always a big couple of weeks ahead for us, but ultimately, as I've stated many times before, it doesn't matter if the market moves down or sentiment for the whole industry changes. Our momentum is increasing, and as you said, we've added new members to the team, which we'll announce shortly, and things are ploughing ahead. So we're very, very excited about what's about to come out in the next few weeks. And like you say, building all together rather than linearly means that we've got lots to be able to share with people. So very, very excited to do that.
Yeah, for sure. And RedFOX Labs is going to look completely different in a short time. And you said on Discord last week, the biggest competitors will be from outside the industry very soon. So what do you think that's going to be like? I mean, I saw Warner Brothers there entering by partnering with Nifties in the NFT space, for example. And for gaming, how do you think the AAAs could enter? Could that be by acquisitions, partnerships? What do you think?
We're already talking to AAAs, and I think the thing is that the main modus operandi for them would be to either work out how to bring a coin into their type of gaming system to monetize, or bring other people like an established coin into their gaming system as a form of revenue. So they're already looking at dabbling with the low-hanging fruit and the easy parts first, and I think that they're actually starting to, once they have a look under the hood, realise that this is a space to be moving toward, and this is something that they're all focused on very heavily at the moment. I think you're going to get, over the next couple of years, you're going to see a lot of AAA players come in and sort of dominate the space.
Okay, so RedFOX Labs, its NFT platform, it's coming along nicely. We've seen some of the images of that, and I know there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of big players coming into the market. So how is this NFT platform going to be unique?
Yeah, so you're right. NFT platforms are a dime a dozen, and there's tons of them being built every day. I guess the unique proposition for ours is that we have a box, a white labeled box. That is effectively, think of it like Shopify. So you can spin up a site, spin up your collection and your marketplace and your pages. And then effectively, it doesn't matter what tech stack you want to build on. So if you want to build on, say, Dot, Polygon, the old Matic, Wax, Ethereum, doesn't matter. We'll be providing the hooks to make it so that it's agnostic as far as the blockchain stack is concerned. So our unique selling proposition is it's going to mean that when clients come to us, and they are coming to us saying we want to launch a collection, most of these people are not familiar with NFTs. And so what we'll do is be able to say, you can go here, click, add your art, customize, and launch your own collections. We won't have the time to be able to handhold some of these big clients, and they want and they deserve to be treated like they're your only customer. So with a white label like this means that we can actually partner with more and more big brand names, and they don't have to wait in a queue to get to be the next one to go on Flow or the next one to go on Immutable. They can automatically just come in, click, point, go, and it doesn't matter what chain they want to use. So that's the unique selling proposition.
Okay, great. So that's going to stand out for sure. And you mentioned the momentum of the market earlier. So a question on that. I've heard a lot of crypto commentators say now's the time to invest while it's flat. And we can see data on whales and miners hodling. We can see play to earn, that's really trending. And there are some of the play to earn projects there at nosebleed height on the charts. So are you seeing any other signs, technical or fundamental, that the market could be reversing?
Yeah, I think, going back to your earlier question on, most of our competitors being in the outside space, I'm seeing more and more outside people coming into the space right now, all of a sudden. So we're talking to big brands, obviously, with the virtual space, and we're getting more and more people come to us, and they clearly don't have any understanding or idea of what to do. They've just got an idea, or they heard from another company, or they saw someone else do it. So I think the fundamentals are that people are actually looking for those alternatives. They're looking for, and don't forget, if this is the proposition that we have when we're talking to these people and we're talking about potential space in an NFT metaverse, then people actually start to understand, hang on, we can expand our audiences, forget logistics and forget the issues of borders and boundaries. We can now provide digital collectibles, digital items that can be redeemed for in real life items. And this is something that really, really interests people a lot. And I think that what you're starting to see is the market is showing that people are looking towards crypto as a very bona fide and legitimate opportunity going forwards. And I mean, if you're looking at some of the brand names that we are talking to, this shows that every single person, every single company you can think of is seriously looking at how they can possibly interact or become part of this. And it's just a matter of what capacity.
Yeah, well, that's a great sign. And it kind of feels to me like around that time of the Bitcoin halving, for example, when you know all these fundamentals start lining up. So yeah, it's getting really exciting. All right, now, so looking at KOGs, yeah, Fads, I had a quick chat with him this morning, and he's a bit busy to answer questions. He's doing some polishing and final touches and testing. So with KOGs, you're secretive about the layer 2 solution. There's been some talk about that, and KOGs play to earns coming soon. So is this all going to happen at the same time? And yeah, what can you share?
Yeah, absolutely. Very exciting for KOGs this week. We've got the multiplayer version of the game coming out. A lot of people are asking, what have you been up to? What have you been doing? So we've got the multiplayer version coming out. As you said, the NFT white label platform, we already have spun up the wax version, and we're already configuring that and trying that. Later this week, we'll be announcing the date for the land sale and also giving a bit more of a sneak peek into the vault as well. So there is a lot of stuff happening at the same time and all coming together. But as far as the game is concerned, we're looking at a number of different options. Play to earn will come in very shortly. And we're also, with the NFT platform and the game, we've got the opportunity to partner with multiple chains in relation to building out this ecosystem. And don't forget, KOGS stands for Keys to Other Games. And the whole idea of this since day one was for these pieces to be interoperable and for us to build an interoperable network of games. So that's coming. And I think that having, as I said, stopped building linearly and building everything at once, it does kind of mean that it feels like we've been in this stagnant period. But that's how it looks to the outside world. Internally, we've been building at a rapid rate of knots, and we're excited to start showing you what those pieces look like. And I think people are going to very quickly get a vision of what the overall is going to look like very shortly.
Okay, then let's wait and see. So right now, I've got a community question from PJ. How can KOGs be an attractive moneymaker for players, yet also net bring in more money for RedFOX Labs than it pays out?
Yeah, sure. It's a good question. So the play to earn side of things, as far as rewards are concerned, everybody knows how to do that. And you've seen a lot of models that are going to dry up where there's an unlimited supply of tokens and you just keep getting them for seemingly doing nothing. So ours, we want to actually make sure that the barrier to entry is very low. We want to make sure that it's free to enter. But what we also want to do is a lot of tournament-based and making sure that you're accumulating KOGs to be able to play in different tournaments. Now, as far as how does money come back in, we have additions, we have partnerships, we have advertisements, we have lots of different mechanisms that we can put into play that will actually make sure that we have a steady flow of money coming in. We're also working very closely with local payment providers in the countries that we're targeting to make sure that there is a clear fiat on and off ramp for all of the play to earn communities as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, and I think that we're going to see that come to fruition very shortly.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so we saw some Vault artwork internally, and it's looking awesome. Inside the Vault, will you be able to enter that in like a VR headset? And will this be available at launch, or is that a feature coming later?
Yeah, we're going to start explaining how that'll all roll out as we build the story up. But we've been building with VR from day one. So with that in mind, we know that that's the way that it's headed in the future, is definitely headed in that direction. And that's why we couldn't have something too simplistic. It had to be something of pretty high specs and very good build. And that's also why we decided to use a gaming engine as well. So I think the results of that will show, and I think that honestly this is heads and shoulders above a lot of what's out there. So very proud to be a part of this, and yes, the answer to that is that VR is going to be a big part of what we do.
Yeah, cool. All right, so I've got my VR headset already, Oculus 2, so looking forward to using that.
Just got ours last night, so we're ready to plug in and have a little bit of a walk around and a look-see.
Great, okay. All right, so yeah, I mentioned earlier that Fads wasn't available to speak, so do you have any other updates that you could share on his behalf or anything else?
Yeah, I think that just the play to earn side of things, I know everybody's keenly awaiting that, and I'll let him announce the dates, but that's like super soon now. And the multiplayer version of the game is realistically one of the last parts before you push that out. So we're very excited because it means that very shortly you'll be able to play against other players and not just the bosses. So that's the last little stage. And as you said, Fads is busy with the team polishing the results of the game up so that it is ready for that mass market push. We've started building the audiences in the local areas. People have sort of said, when will we see it? But I have to keep reiterating that a lot of the people that are holders are not the target audience. So if you are in the target demographic, you would be seeing the ads, but ultimately that's building up nicely behind the scenes, or very much in the scenes for the gaming and the play to earn community. So looking very forward to kicking that off and having a league of people coming in and playing it. But start some of our social media communities and some of our communities that we're building up in the areas we're targeting, like the Philippines, are starting to grow pretty quickly now. So we're all set and ready.
Right, so that's all we have time for today. So if you'd like to leave some questions and comments, please feel free to. And tonight, if you'd like to join Discord, we have Kieran Warwick from Illuvium joining us for some Q&A and a chat with Benny. That's going to be awesome. All right, guys, catch you later. Thanks a lot, Benny. See you later.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.